The film and television company, which focuses on issues-oriented entertainment, has 17 nominations, just a couple of years after laying off half its staff. Beverly Hills, Caliph, just a couple of years ago. Participant Media, a film and television company founded in 2004 by the eBay billionaire Jeff Skoll, seemed to have lost its way. Badly. Bets on movies like Denial, about Holocaust disavowal, and The Light Between Oceans, a romance involving a moral quandary, were not paying off as expected. In a retrenchment, Participant, which focuses on issues-oriented entertainment, laid off 50% of its workforce and closed 3 divisions. Mr. Skoll ousted the company's chief executive. Talk about a roaring comeback. Participant, now led by David Lind, a former chairman of Universal Pictures, heads into Sunday's Academy Awards with 3 major contenders and 17 overall nominations. Netflix has received all the attention for Roma, a frontrunner for Best Picture. But Participant financed the film and shopped it to distributors, ultimately choosing Netflix. Participant was also behind Green Book, another Best Picture favorite, rescuing the movie when another studio had passed on making it. And Participant joined CNN Films and Magnolia Pictures to release RBG, an affectionate portrait of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg that has a very good chance of winning Best Documentary. Having 17 nominations is terrific, obviously, but I'm mostly excited by how much the films are figuring into cultural conversations that feel really vital, Mr. Lind said. And wait until what's next. I think it's going to rock people's socks. In the months ahead, with backing from Participant, the Selma filmmaker Ava DuVernay will deliver a scripted series to Netflix about the Central Park Five, the young Black and Latino men who were wrongfully convicted of raping a white woman in Manhattan in 1989. Netflix will also release the Participant-produced documentary American Factory, which looks at a clash between a Chinese entrepreneur and blue-collar Ohioans. Later in the year, a Participant drama about a lawyer, Mark Ruffalo, who exposes a pollution cover-up by DuPont will arrive in theaters via Focus Features. Steve James, an Oscar-nominated documentarian, Hoop Dreams, is making a Participant film, Chicago Story, that serves as a portrait of the troubled city. Most recently, Mr. James helped Participant return to TV production with America to Me, a celebrated docu-series about the racial divide in a public high school. America to Me could figure into this year's Emmys and has an active social impact campaign. It feels like we have found our footing again, said Diane Weyerman, Participant's longtime president of documentary film and television. The company had early success but then grew in ways that weren't the wisest. Refocusing on content, great storytelling, seems to be working really well. The question with any independent studio, of course, is sustainability. Can Participant really keep this role going? And turn a profit while doing it? Films with a message have never been easy to sell to the movie-going masses. Matt Damon in a fracking drama, Promised Land, a 2012 Participant effort, has a hard time competing with Avengers: Infinity War in 3D. But Participant, founded to create positive social change, in part by rolling out specific action campaigns alongside film releases, scored a home run relatively quickly. An Inconvenient Truth, in which former Vice President Al Gore spoke about the dangers of climate change, took in $50 million, a huge total for a nonfiction film, and won 2 Oscars, including Best Documentary. Moreover, An Inconvenient Truth, directed by Davis Guggenheim, made more people pay attention to climate change. In the coming years, Participant had other hits, including The Help 2011, focused on racial reconciliation and made in partnership with DreamWorks, and The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel 2011, about seniors combating loneliness. The newspaper drama Spotlight 2015, made with anonymous content and others, was named Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Consistency, however, was non-existent. For every success, Participant had several expensive misfires, including The Beaver, Fair Game, and Our Brand is Crisis. No studio has a perfect track record, but whipsawing results make it especially hard for independent film companies like Participant to stay afloat, even when they have billionaire benefactors. Participant, then under the leadership of James G. Burke, who came to the company from the Hard Rock restaurant chain, was also expanding in puzzling ways. Mr. Burke started a cable channel, Pivot, just as the cable business began to falter. Other offshoot businesses included Take Part, a digital publishing effort. And the movie business was growing only harder. Younger people, in particular, were becoming much choosier about what movies were worth seeing in a theater. Enter Mr. Lind in late 2015. Unlike his predecessor, Mr. Lind, 59, is a consummate Hollywood insider, cutting his teeth at Miramax with Harvey Weinstein in the 1990s before becoming co-president of Focus Features and ultimately chairman of Universal. He arrived at Participant after running his own film company, Lava Bear, best known for making the science fiction hit Arrival. Mr. Lind shut down Pivot, Take Part and another division. He hired a new chief impact officer, Holly Gordon, to sharpen Participant's social action campaigns. He routed more resources to the development of film and television ideas. The company now has about 120 employees. In 2017, Participant joined Lionsgate to make Wonder, about a boy coping with facial birth defects. The movie took in $306 million, the biggest total ever for a Participant production. Just as importantly, a message about compassion was delivered, said Jonathan King, Participant's president of narrative film and television. Kids watch the movie, they internalize that message, it helps to change lives. Participant also moved to shore up distribution for its films. The company, for instance, became a founding investor in Amblin Partners, which includes Steven Spielberg's movie and television operation. The partnership gives Participant access to Universal's distribution machinery. Green Book, a racial issues film in the form of a road trip, was released by Universal and has collected $128 million worldwide.